हेलो हेलो बहन चोद ये लाइव हो रहा है क्या नहीं हो रहा है। हेलो 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 बहन चोद ये लाइव oh बहन चोद let me put this on 100 students क्या है भाई क्या बोलते लिंक students how to trade in a city. 100 students how to trade. Hey, so in a बहन चोद ये कमेंट सेक्शन कैसे देखते हैं।
My grandma didn't have a lot of money. Hot dogs could have.
Okay, so Abhi market is gonna open in about 2 minutes. So the first thing we do, we take a naked chart. इधर मैंने बहुत basics annotation mark करके रखे हैं. And the first thing you do is mark Friday का 414 का close. Okay, इसको हम कहते हैं previous RTH close, right? And we come back to electronic trading now. So you'll notice कि previous RTH close was below. So we have a discount opening range gap. That means gap is no, it's a premium opening range gap because गैप ऊपर बना है बट मैं उसको डिस्काउंट बुलाता हूँ क्योंकि गैप बनता है नीचे सो यू कैन यूज दैट एज अ डिस्काउंट रेट टू गो हायर बट इट्स जस्ट नाम वाम का फर्क है इट्स नॉट अ बिग डील सो गैप इज गोना लुक समथिंग लाइक दिस अबाउट 200 हैंडल का गैप है दैट मीन्स द मार्केट इज रियली वॉलेटाइल इट्स इन अ गुड कंडीशन एंड वी हैव these relative equal lows here as well मेरे को देखना भी है भाई have to yeah we have these relative equal lows okay these everything is relatively equal in here ये सब relatively equal है because retail is gonna look at this area as a safe room to go long right क्योंकि वो because they'll be like okay ये support तोड़ नहीं रहा है you see they're not breaking the support ये ऊपर जाएगा so and we have a pool of buy side here Okay, we have a pool of buy side. That's our uh, buy side liquidity. That's our Friday high as well. No, that's not Friday high, but Friday high is this. But this is our buy side liquidity. Okay, from we'll mark the time from it was London session, right? No, it was PM session. So afternoon session. Put on right side. Then so looking into like a 5 minute or 15 minute, we've seen that order flow has switched bullish midnight open right there and goes high. ये हमारा new week opening gap भी है, right? Okay, so let me first mark the new week opening gap. देखते हैं भाई, manually करते हैं भाई, it's okay, not a big deal. This was the close and that was the open. I'm gonna make it thoda light. I'm gonna give it this color. That's our new week opening gap. I want to see a return back into the new week opening gap. Okay, we have our open, right? So हम पहले क्या करते हैं mark? Opening range gap, right? So this is our opening range gap. That's our open right there. And we put it gray and we'll mark out its quadrants. बस octants नहीं करेंगे, सिर्फ quadrants करेंगे, right? Now you can see that inversion consequent 1 hour inversion consequent encroachment right there, right? Now I'm interested for them to come visit this buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency here, right? And I want them to come back into this new week opening gap. Let me take off the RTH close wala. Ooh, no way. Pardon me, pardon me. That was our close right there. I want to see price come into upper quadrant, into half, and ये RTH पर ये inversion है, right? So that means that our sell side is in crosshair. मेरे को यही देखना है that this pool of sell side is interesting to me, right? And we have our major pool of sell side down here as well. So we're gonna take a look at price. We have a smart money divergence here. Okay, we have a small little SMT here with yes. Okay, because if I show you yes, you see this is a lower low, lower high, right? So that's a divergence. So we are watching that divergence, है ना? आज तो भाई no news Monday है. We don't have to be trading today, right? But here I'm polishing my skills क्योंकि मेरा तो भाई live trading I haven't really started trading my funds yet. मैं शुरू करूँगा भाई July or August, something like that. So okay, opening range gap का we have our upper quadrant, right? We have this inversion. I don't want price to return into it, and I'm interested in this low and new week opening gap. So I'll be watching price. अगर मैं execute कर सकता हूँ, I mean I'll see if I get something clear सा, I could execute. But you know what? I'll stay away from executing क्योंकि let's just look at the candles and polish करते हैं भाई, skills को polish करते हैं. ये इन्वर्जन के हाफ के अंदर रहना है. अगर प्राइस रियली बैरिश है तो ये ओपनिंग रेंज गैप के हाई तक पहुंचना नहीं है. इट हैज़ टू स्टे राइट हियर एंड इट वी वांट टू सी प्राइस go lower from here. this buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. See, if you look closely, this is a doji, right? So we can literally disregard this candle, right? अगर हम इधर से BC draw करें तो कोई BC बनेगा नहीं, right? So we can literally disregard this BC here. इसको हटा सकते हैं. Instead of going long here, disregard this BC. ये है ही नहीं इधर. And wait for this inversion to push price lower. Conjugate encroachment. Look at the bodies. Bodies couldn't close above. Wicks do the damage. Look, it reached right there, right? Here I want to see some speed and distance towards these relative equal lows. So if I wanted to take some trade, I'll be like, okay, upper quadrant. And that would be the trade I would actually take. Aim for this sell side right here. No news Monday. Only April. This is in crosshairs for me. Opening range gap upper quadrant. I want price to reach into. मैंने कहा था ना ये BC को आप डिसरिगार्ड कर दो इधर कोई BC नहीं है there is no BC here so there is nothing holding price here the only thing that can hold price is this inefficiency in here down close candle we don't have our first presented yet very important okay 5 minute 6 minute हो गए हैं look at the time here we don't have our opening we don't have our first presented yet so we patiently wait for our first presented minor sell side here inefficiency you know why it's orange पता है आपको why it's orange yo you can literally read my mind मेरे boxes के color देखकर because I have मैं ICT का signature use करता orange is my inversion और ये नीला वीला is my discount raise और red is my premium array so inversion right there this is beautiful man वहाँ SMT भी उधर ही मिला है see some speed would be nice opening range gap half okay we have this down close we don't have our first present अभी तक बना नहीं है so 7 minute हो गया भाई 7 minutes and no first presented yet we'll pull a buy side above preferably I want price to stay underneath here like fill in I want a full gap closure today man आज मेरे को चाहिए भाई full gap closure and take out this sell side as well and explore ये box हमारा क्या है पता है that's our current and VOG explore this new week opening gap that would be it if I was trading वही होता मेरा trade today but I'm not trading I'm not pushing buttons interested नहीं हूँ मैं आज Monday trade करना हमारा गैप भाई 180 हैंडल का बना है दैट्स वो अच्छा कंडीशन है ब्रो दैट्स अ गुड साइन looking at this down close here bearish order block right once look into it closely right ये भाई ये कैंडल फॉर्म ये कैंडल ओके क्लोज हुआ इधर this candle opens up it trades lower it doesn't have to close underneath once the candle trades under the opening price of this green candle वो bearish order block बन गया है ये इधर तो क्लोज हुआ है but look at that look at the body stopped right there right YM पर बना है फर्स्ट प्रेजेंटेड, बट ES पर नहीं बना है फर्स्ट प्रेजेंटेड। वही देख रहा हूँ मैं। हाफ इज राइट देयर, राइट। Here I'm anticipating a full gap closure because I don't know man, मेरे को मन लग गया it's gonna gap full closure. No, it's because of the new week opening gap. The new week opening gap है और sell side भी इधर ही है। And then इधर जब you have to mix and match a couple of confluences, फिर आपको दिखेगा कि भाई इधर relative equal lows भी है इधर, right? This relatively equal lows from London, right? So yeah, we reached into a premium of the dealing range, optimal trade entry, buy side taken, 1 hour inversion right there. ICT is coming live at 10 a.m. So मैं 10 a.m. तक करूँगा, maybe till 10:15 or something. मेरे को देखना है, I want to see what he says. Also चेन्नई का मैच भी है भाई, I think Tala is playing, धोनी is playing. देखना तो है भाई, ट्रेडिंग की माँ चुदा है, आज मंडे है भाई, कोई नहीं कर रहा ट्रेड। But look at this candle opens up and trades higher into the inversion, stays in the lower half, fails to get to the opening range gap high. What does that show you? Weakness. I need a single pass through and take the sell side. Speed चाहिए। See, I knew that Monday को मेरे को lower prices ही देखना है। मैं सुबह आया and I saw that okay it's expanding, so I was like let me look for some clean levels. फिर मेरे को दिख गया ये relative equal low which I'm eyeing, right? And हमारे पास ये inversion, this beautiful signatures of price right there. Opening range gap half is reached, all right. I think 80% of the time before 10 a.m. the gap fully close होता है। if the अगर gap fully close नहीं होता है, that means the price is strong, it's strong. But majority of the time 80% gap close हो जाता है। अब देख रहा है, मैं डॉलर दिखा देता हूँ थोड़ा। That's our dollar. This is our dollar hourly time frame, right? ये एक 4 hour inversion है। So मैं डॉलर पर हूँ bullish, honestly मैं डॉलर पर bullish हूँ until मैं दिखाता हूँ डेली पर। You have this BC here, right? अगर ये BC के अंदर आना है and then explore this portion, ये जो inefficient portion है जिसको मैंने गलत ड्रॉ किया है, ये this is the inefficient portion, ये कैसे ड्रॉ कर लिया मैंने? Yes, ये जो inefficient, इधर प्राइस बुक हुआ ही नहीं है, right? There is no प्राइस बुक हुआ ही नहीं है इधर। So I want this inefficient portion to fully deliver. That's gonna be it for on dollar for me. मैं वही 60 मिनट पर देख रहा हूँ, ये अगर इधर तक ना आए, सेल साइड वाज टेकन, आई डोंट नो, ये एलटीवी को लो छोड़ के बैठे हैं। एलटीवी को लो भाई, इट वुड बीन वेरी बेटर अगर ये लो लेने के बाद ऊपर जा रही होती, द नैस्डैक पर वी कुड हैव सीन लोअर प्राइसेस। Oh, look at that! Look at Nasdaq. I'm telling you, man, there is nobody that beats me. अहंकार कह लो या कुछ भी कह लो, but I'm really humble. If you actually know me, I don't have any arrogance and all. But when it comes to Nasdaq, I'm a fucking arrogant, fucking cocky little bitch, bro. Like, मेरे को like I get so annoyed when people read the price wrong, and I'm like, अरे भाई, what are you doing? But yes, minor sell side, right? I told you, rewind the video. I said I need a single pass through. I got that single pass through. You don't want to see VIX ऐसे right? अगर ऐसे VIX बन रहा है पर quadrant पर, you want to see the next candle open up and give you a single pass. Lower half reached, right? And finally, new week opening gap high is here. opening range gap low is here, right? And that would be it. Minor sell side here, and if it wants to explore thoda zyada, this is my major draw on liquidity. These are LTV equal lows. 5 मिनट पर दिखाता हूँ. 5 मिनट पर ये LTV equal lows is the draw on liquidity for me now. There you go. Bang. That's what we do, boys. If I wanted to engage the markets, मैंने पहले बॉक्स दिखाया था, मैं वैसे engage करता. ये इन्वर्जन को मैं यूज करता to go short. I don't care about the timing. First presented बना नहीं है. It becomes a little tricky, right? But you anticipate कि first presented बनेगा towards the direction of your bias. इधर मिल रहा है speed and distance. Okay, opening range gap low पूरा भर रहा है, right? And you भी opening gap भी explore कर रहा है. Now here I want to watch what price does. Here, if they show some speed and distance, then I'll be interested in this low right here. I'm pretty sure जाएगा भाई. I'm pretty sure जाएगा. अरे रे 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 अनंत भाई, अरे रे रे रे. नहीं नहीं नहीं. There you go. Now we'll watch this inversion, right? अगर हम bearish है, right? We want to explore these lows. Price literally has to stay below the consequent encroachment of the opening range gap. Preferably अगर ये inversion के consequent encroachment के अंदर रहे, that's going to be better. But I told you this area in price is, you have to watch it. No first presented yet, bro. Oh, it's been 15-16 minutes. First presented बना ही नहीं है. But I said speed and distance हम ये low target कर सकते हैं. And I'll show you another magic, okay? Anant bhai, this is for you, bro. So ये जो daily order block है ना, like you see on the chart, there is a daily order block. Here you'll see beauty, right? Because the bullish order block is getting used as an inversion array to send price lower. And look at this. I'll go back to a 1 minute and look at that. Boom, right? So ये bullish OB है, but when your underlying narrative is right, when you are looking for lower prices, you use that array as an inversion array. Because ये जो daily order blocks are the best PD array, like daily and weekly higher time frame की OBs. That's why OB को पकड़ना भी थोड़ा मुश्किल होता है, because ICT has a OB order block a theory and shit. So all of that can be used as an institutional sponsorship to go lower. That happened pre-market. Now that's the beauty. अगर ये आप एक बार देखो and you're like, okay, fine, bus, I'm only gonna look for shorts, because algorithm has tipped its hand by stopping right at the daily order block high. I mean daily order block opening price. I'll show you what is it. I think that's this. Man, I hate my charts, bro. It's a lot of bullshit. See, ये जो OB बना है, when we are in the sell side of the curve, this OB will act as premium to go lower. And as I said, मैंने कहा था ES पर I want price to stay preferably underneath this inversion. We'll be bearish, right? On Nasdaq, I showed this inversion, like if I get a daily candle close. So I'm literally anticipating while the draw is down here that okay, Monday ka candle banega bearish, so that I can explore this area later throughout the week, जो weekly base है. Coming back to our 1 minute. See, this is a sweet spot. I want to see what price does here. I'm going to watch ES. Any divergence and shit would be nice to see. I mean, not nice to see. मैं तो नीचे बैठा हूँ, bro. Okay. Little bit of divergence like this. Something like this. But that's the last thing on the thing. Last thing on the list. You don't need divergence and bullshit. Relative equal lows here. Inversion. Opening range gap पूरा तो भरा. 80% of the time they do it before 10 a.m. So this is our macro. Macro is coming in 1 minute. Macro पर अगर fair value gap बने, it'll be nice. New week opening gap, consequent encroachment, bodies holding, right? This down close candle combined with this inversion array, right? अब दो PD array बन गए. One, this is inversion, right? Two is this order block, right? And three is we have 830 opening price here. We can use that as an PD array. You can use it as anything, man. Oh boy, it acts like support and resistance magnet की तरह. And हमारा opening range gap का lower quadrant 75% consequent encroachment. If price can stay right here and push lower ये little area में, because there is no bullish signatures yet, right? अगर कोई bullish signatures बने नहीं है तो why would you expect कि यहाँ से भैंस उड़ के चले जाएगा? It literally, candle is literally telling you that it's okay, going lower, it's making lower lows, right? कभी कभी you have to look at it like a chimp ये देखेगा and be like हाँ ये नीचे जा रहा है, right? That will avoid you from picking smart money reversals, which is the hardest to nail. The more time I get fucked up is when the order flow is bullish and I'm trying to short, and when the order flow is bearish I'm trying to long. Here the order flow is kind of bearish. It has switched bearish after opening, but pre-market it was bullish, right? Pre-market the order flow was bullish, but post-market the order flow has switched bearish again. Relative equal lows taken. Minus sell side here taken. We have this big ass inversion, right? You literally only need the 1 minute chart to trade. So now I'm gonna mark this BC, right? This is the BC that sent price higher. I'll show you. Extend that through, right? This is the BC that sent price higher. Look at the bodies are holding. Okay, we couldn't get a close, right? So we'll be watching this. We'll be watching this. Now I don't know what this is gonna act like. Opening range gap half is here, right? 950 macro आ गया है. ES पर first presented बना है. We have our first presented on ES. Nasdaq पर देखना इधर बन सकता है. These relative equal lows. We have a divergence here, right? This low and this low. If I switch to ES, you'll see. Oh, nice. Nice, dumbass. ये क्या है भाई? See, that's the divergence right there. Right? ES per we have relative equal highs here. Right? 15-minute premium CB up here. Right? Premium CB up here. Okay, on ES, I'll take this as our first presented. By ES, देखो bro, ES is very important. ES per it tips you hand. Look at ES now. Let's go back to MNQ. ये क्या है? MNQ 6. I hate जब ये होता है भाई. The fuck is this man? ये कैंडल ही गायब हो गया man. ये कैंडल कैसे गायब हो जाता है MNQ? हाँ बढ़िया. Anyway. So you have to see that जो daily का deviation मैंने बताया था पिछले हफ्ते, how many times that was used throughout last week to send price lower. Once again we used it here to send price lower, right? And we have a couple of new day opening gaps underneath as well. So that's our first presented. And am I gonna choose that as my first presented for now? I think I will. अभी के लिए. Zoom in real closely. कितने handle का है? 7 8 handles. Okay. Bitch ass wick in here. चलेगा शायद. चलेगा. Let's go back to MNQM 2026. And I'll take this off क्योंकि हमारा new week opening gap consequent encroachment, right? And we have this inversion here. So minus sell side has been breached. ES runs up and takes out the morning high. So whoever shorted इन द मॉर्निंग, ये जो मॉर्निंग 9:30 पर जिसने भी शॉर्ट करके बैठा था, ईएस ने उनके स्टॉप ऑलरेडी उठा लिए इधर। सो द डाइवर्जेंस ऐसे बन रहा है, राइट नाउ। ये मेरे को इधर जो गैप है, इट्स रियली पिसिंग मी ऑफ, राइट, इट्स फ्रस्ट्रेटिंग मी दैट लिटिल गैप, बिकॉज मेरे को गैप नहीं दिख रहा है। सो आई एम गोना कम बैक टू माय अनदर चार्ट, राइट, एंड आई एम गोना वॉच दिस। ओके, ये हमारा वन ऑफ द प्रीवियस न्यू वीक ओपनिंग गैप्स है। सो आई एम वॉचिंग दिस, राइट, we have relative equal highs here. Everybody that shorted, we have our buy side. So this is literally reading the tape candle by candle and literally trying to see where the next candle is going. Fails to get to the first presented. We have a small LBC in here too. Look at the bodies respecting. Right. Yeah, a new week opening gap, and look at that. Weekly open per price stopped right there. That is, I think, new week opening gap low or high, something like that. SMT is forming like this, and we हमारे पास ये बाई साइड लिक्विडिटी पूल भी ऊपर है, ये ऊपर भी है. 2026, man, fix that shit, man, fix that shit. Okay, opening range gap fully filled in. 70% of the time they do it before 10 a.m. ये बढ़िया डिलीवरी था bro. I actually enjoyed this delivery. This was the main part here. ये बढ़िया था. You NVOG low right there. Bodies held at the consequent encroachment of the new week opening gap. Now look at this. This sell side and this sell side. This and this. Right? What's that? Relative equal lows. ES is stronger and ES is close to this high. So agar Nasdaq can also push through this high and take out our minor buy side here, right? Minor buy side liquidity. See, I told you this is a sweet spot. If I don't get the speed and the displacement through here, then this becomes a little tricky, right? And हमको first presented BC बना है. So it's like, if this happens, I'm gonna look at this, and then if the opposite side happens, then I'm gonna look at the opposite side, right? It's a bit asa, it's nice. So ES takes out this high. So ES has topped out everybody that shorted here. Divergence बनेगा क्या इधर? इधर अगर एक बढ़िया सा divergence बना, if price can stay below the upper quadrant of this opening range gap here and give us a speed through here, because this is my draw, right? If I was trading, I would only look for shorts, right? ये देखकर I wouldn't long first of all, right? क्योंकि मैंने मेरे my eyes have told me that, oh man, these lows are too clear. I would have partialed one here, and the rest I would have let it run. और मैंने पूरा रन ही करवा था, but I don't have to, right? I don't have to. But ये जो SMT बना है, now I'm watching this SMT. Why? Because I'll show you why. I told you, if we get daily candle close below this PC, then it must act like an IFVG, so send price lower, right? Let's come back to ES. ES has 15-minute per taken out this high, and we have traded into that inversion on ES. इसका color हटाना पड़ेगा. That's our daily inversion. So see, ES has taken out the high of the ES has taken out relative equal highs, right? So the divergence is ऐसे, और Nasdaq weaker है. Nasdaq इधर अटका हुआ है ना. Nasdaq is stuck here. See, bro, I love watching naked charts, man. बढ़िया मजा आता है, right? I want that to act as an inversion array. That's our divergence. Man, I would be more interested to use this SIBI as our first presented rather than using this bitch as SIBI. BC. Why? Why? Because ES has taken out buy side, right? ES has taken out buy side, and NASDAQ per we have this change in the state of delivery. So I would use this as our first presented. Ah, but man, we have to stick to our rules. But I did not create the rules, right? It's ICT. So अब मेरे को देखना पड़ेगा if he uses this, if he uses this. SMT is performing like that, and we have our sell side here, right? And we have our relative equal lows there. So that's what I want to see. Use this SIBI to send price lower, है ना? और ये इन्वर्जन है, राइट? इसका कैरेक्टर आपको पता लग गया कि ये इन्वर्जन है. Any price that books higher, immediately you want price to come back underneath and act as an inversion, right? Like that. Like it's okay. जाएगा ऊपर, जाएगा. Where is it going, right? The order block, propulsion block. ES takes out the higher day, right? Opening range gap के upper quadrant. Let's get back to our main chart. You see beauty there. See? Opening range gap. Let me remove all this bullshit, man. I hope it's clear. मैं कल से और clear रखूंगा. Is trading back into it, right? Yo, I want to click this sell right now, but let's not. Because it's a no news Monday. That's something like that is going to be my trade. 200 handle on a Monday. थोड़ा ज़्यादा पूछ रहा नहीं हो क्या मैं? ये क्या है? 10 AM कैंडल पर डेविल्स मार्क फिर से भाई. स्पीड चाहिए भाई, अब स्पीड. ये this would be my trade if I was trading. Most likely 200 हैंडल के जल्दी क्लोज वोज कर देता भाई मिडनाइट ओपन पर. It's not good to be that demanding on a Monday. I'll show you ES real quick. ES takes out buy side, comes back into the 930 first presented. ये जो SMT देने के बाद this run already delivered, right? So you can cancel out this SMT. फिर आपको मिला है SMT here. Now this becomes our real like, ये भाई SMT everything has a power. पावर बंद होने के बाद हो ही जाता है. See, look at that. Negative 2.5 reached. Negative 2 and negative 2.5 reached. Why use this order block body to body? The last down close candle before the up move. Single order block use करो. Negative 2.5 and negative 2 is reached. वहां से reverse करके. See, each and every move has a power. है ना? हर move पर एक power होता है. And it gets finished. Watch an ES, right? See, again, why longs are not good. ES left relative equal lows again, right? देखो भाई देखो. It's a technical science here. Technical science, bro. It's technical science. Either some pattern traders are going to look at it 950 macro, relative equal lows, re-delivery from 15-minute busy, let's enter long, relative equal highs. That's not how it works, buddy. That's not how it works. That is not how it works. Are you people logged in here, bro? Now, just because it's 950 macro and just because you got your busy and just because this minor sell side was taken. But if you don't have the opening range gap marked, and if you don't uh, on a Sunday, like अगर आपको if you cannot fix a side, right, if you cannot predict कि ऐसा होने वाला है, then or like just keep showing up, man. Now if anybody's watching, probably कोई देख भी नहीं रहा है, but just keep showing up, man. Just keep showing up. सब ठीक हो जाएगा, bro. Your trading is gonna get better. Just show up. अंधेरा तेरा मैंने ले लिया अंधेरा डॉलर तो बुलिश हो गया दिस इनएफिशिएंसी ना मेरे या मेरे या ओह ये क्या दिखा दिया now this is 5 minute दिखाता हूँ मैं 5 minute only in terms of previous opening range gap this is 12th make opening range gap consequent encroachment right there see this is why trading आप जो समझते हो इट्स इजी पहले तो ये इतना हार्ड भी नहीं है बट आपको ये प्लेथरा ऑफ नॉलेजेस चाहिए भाई look at that beauty right there and why did I choose this as my first presented because ये तो अभी देख रहा हूँ but it makes sense now इधर इधर से आया है see sell side taken see they didn't attack the sell side relatively the tripping people yeah they tripping people longs here right they're trying to trick people here डेविल्स मार्केट 10 AM का वॉच दैट आउट विक बनाना जरूरी है 4 hour कैंडल का यस पर नहीं ये नास्डैक है सिबी relative equal lows यस पर 2022 मॉडल बढ़िया सा बन रहा है सी बट ये 2022 मॉडल इज वेरी नाइस बट सिर्फ उससे यू कैन नॉट क्रैक एवरीथिंग यस दैट्स इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट you can use that as an entry model right but combine it with all the other things then you will become up your knife will become so sharp that you're gonna be like oh I'm the best in the game because I consider myself the best in the game क्योंकि अगर you have to become a successful trader you have to be the best in the game see I would have gotten stopped out मैं वो ट्रेड लेता भी नहीं why because ये डेविल्स मार्केट है मेरे को पता है whenever मार्केट विक बना 4 hour कैंडल का विक नहीं बनता है वो आके अटैक करेगा उसको बनाएगा पूरा करेगा सी अभी ये relative equal लो अगर फिर से छोड़े हैं है ना तो अगर फिर से ये लोग बीसी पर लॉन्ग करेंगे इन्वर्जन इधर देखकर क्लोज तो मिला नहीं है बट पैटर्न ट्रेड अगर क्लोज मिल भी गया देयर गोना लॉन्ग हियर राइट अब मेरे हिसाब से तो वो लॉन्ग फेल होने वाला है it's gonna fucking fail what if it doesn't fail if it doesn't fail understand one thing that I'm not trading bro I can afford to be wrong right I can afford to be wrong because I'm not trading I'm just trying to read the tape but it's gonna fail होगा oh ICT is live man Man, this is not the best quality, man. ये क्या चूतिया quality है भाई? The fuck quality is this, man? चलेगा शायद, चलिए चलेगा थोड़ा मॉडिफाई करना पड़ेगा भाई OBS के स्ट्रीम सेटिंग्स. Where the fuck is ICT, man? React कर सकते थे bro. ICT live. भाई ये कभी it never comes on time, man. He posted, I fucking told you this is gonna fail. Fuck is ICT at? Go check X. Oh, he said change of plans. अरे बहन के लौड़ा. सब लॉन्ग्स देख रहे हैं भाई, सब लॉन्ग्स देख रहे हैं ब्रो. On X everybody's looking for longs. See again pulling back into the range. अगर हम if you know it's not ideal. Devil's mark, okay, devil's mark को clear करना था. I understandable. बट कितना बार सेल साइड अटैक किया देखो. एक बार इधर अटैक किया, नहीं पहले तो इधर किया अटैक, राइट. सेल साइड वाज ब्रीच्ड हियर, राइट. अगेन वाज ब्रीच्ड हियर, goes higher, fails the run, gives up the ghost. Sell side was again breached here. Left relative equal lows here, doesn't take out this high, है ना. Watch in ES. So ES is again creating a divergence like this, right. ES is failing to take out the low. अब जो भाई इधर स्टॉप आउट हो गए लॉन्ग पर, वो स्टॉप आउट हो गए इधर, है ना, पूरा लॉस खाया. Suddenly they'll see this here, big candle. Oh, फिर अगेन बैठेंगे लॉन्ग पर, है ना. This is how you blow your profit. And now let's watch price की ये लॉन्ग डिलीवर होता है कि नहीं, राइट. पर्सनली नहीं होगा डिलीवर बिकॉज आई रन द मार्केट्स. ओके, आई एम फिल, मैं इधर बैठ के रन करता हूँ. Absolutely sarcastic, right? Don't take that seriously. Of course, I'm joking. See, if this longs get stopped out, that trader, वो जो when he hasn't had his mental right, है ना, वो डेली लॉस लिमिट नहीं लगाया है, उसके he is not sticking to 1 to 2 trades, 1 trade a day. 1 trade is the best thing in the world. आप प्री मार्केट आओ, look at a pool of liquidity, be like, okay, if price gives me a fair value gap towards that direction and inversion towards that direction, I'm gonna push buy or sell, and I'm gonna submit to my experience कि मेरा experience ने मेरे को कहा है कि push the buttons, right. So if you don't have your mind clear, if you don't have a certain plan, if you don't have a weekly target, if you don't have a daily loss target, daily profit target, then you literally have no idea what you're doing. Then you're gonna long here, you're gonna get stopped here. Stopped out होने के बाद भाई ये बनने के पहले you would short here again, right. फिर again you get fucking stopped out. नहीं भाई मेरा पहला वाला बायस राइट था, फेयर वैली गैप बना है, 10 AM सिल्वर बुलेट कहीं से सुन लिया, एंटर कर लो. Now if this plays out, either by you're gonna go with high leverage here, you went in with your 2 micro, right. Here also you shorted with 2 micro, but जब ये back to back 2 losses लेने के बाद bro, your brain का part, the amygdala shuts off. I've read research papers on it. I've read research papers on traders and how like how gamblers का brain, how traders का brain, how it works. It shuts off. Amygdala shuts off. Your decision making skills get fucked up, राइट, दैट्स व्हाई फ्रीक्वेंसी ही काटो ट्रेड करने का. माय फ्रीक्वेंसीज भाई 9:30 10 मैक्स, बस हो गया पहला मैक्रो. दैट इज माय मॉडल. Anything that I trade outside of it, आपको I am only doing that to get my videos out. ट्रेड तो मैं कर सकता हूँ, राइट. आई कैन ट्रेड न्यूयॉर्क पीएम ट्रू ओपन 130 ओपन 130 फर्स्ट प्रेजेंटेड, बट आई वुडंट डू दैट ऑन माई लाइफ फंड्स. मैं पेपर पर मैं हर चीज कर सकता हूँ पेपर पर. आई डू दैट ऑन पर्पस टू गेट द रिकॉर्डिंग्स आउट, टू शो ऑफ ऑन सोशल मीडिया. क्योंकि yes, I accept it, I'm very aware of myself, I do all that shit to show off, हाँ. But इधर you have to separate these two dynamics. ये जो ego है, your trader ego must be the real one, must be the calm and composed, the one with the model, the one with the right mindset, the one with the long term plan. Everything else I do is bullshit, man. Everything else I do is मैं तो मजे लेता हूँ भाई. First of all, मैं 2 महीने के लिए ट्रेड भी नहीं कर रहा, so I'm literally chillaxing, man. I don't have no fucking pressure. Take breaks in your journey, man. ये भाई थोड़ा break वेक लो bro. I'm burned out kind of bro. देख देख के मैं थक नहीं. I'm switching to थोड़ा तो वीडियो बनाऊंगा. I want to teach you all. I was actually मैंने Michael is also we didn't speak on X and all, but एक बार X पर he replied to my comment because I told him that I really want to give this shit out for free. And I told him that I wrote it in my journal, ki, man, I can charge, but I want to give this out for free. And then he replied that okay, I think he liked the reply. He said some shit. But भाई वो सबके ये like करता है bro. He likes everybody's thing. I'm nothing special. Change in plans बोल के भाई यहाँ आया नहीं bro. क्यों भाई? ये हमारा ओपनिंग रेंज की आपके ऑक्टेंस है. हम ऑक्टेंस देखेंगे, बेसिक रखेंगे. ओपनिंग रेंज की आपके अंडर प्राइस है. लुक एट दैट. अपर क्वाड्रेंट बॉडी, ये आपका एक मॉडल बन सकता है. सिर्फ अपर और लोअर क्वाड्रेंट से ट्रेड देखो, डायरेक्शनली ट्रेड देखो. दैट इज वन ऑफ माय मॉडल. बढ़िया है ब्रो. Absolutely amazing shit. Right? ES, that's ES. ES is delivering. I'll just reclaim busy. ES takes out that high. Upper quadrant again, right? ये high ES ने उठा लिए. उठाया है क्या? नहीं उठाया. नहीं उठाया. See, अब लॉन्ग स्टॉप वॉक ट्रेल करोगे इधर. Why? क्योंकि इधर आप चुदे पड़े हो. Right? You fucked up here. And you're gonna try covering up your mistakes. If price, अगर भाई 5-10 मिनट में price can deliver the sell side, I'm gonna jerk off on stream, bro. Because what a beautiful delivery from price. Upper quadrant again. Man, as I said, मैंने इधर क्या कहा था? अगर ये inversion को छोड़ के ऊपर जाती भी है, you want to see a quick return back underneath it. Here it left again. To where? CB, upper quadrant, bearish order block. You want to see a return back into it as soon as possible. Bro, धोनी playing? धोनी थाला खेल रहा है भाई. I cut my finger last night, bro. Oh, it was so funny, right? So you know the silver paper के foil होते हैं ना, सो इट कम्स इन अ बॉक्स राइट, तो वो फ्रिज के ऊपर पड़ा था, तो आई टुक सम एंड मैंने वो फ्रिज के ऊपर रखा, वो गिर गया राइट, सो आई ट्राई टू कैच इट। भाई वो सिल्वर एल्यूमिनियम फॉइल के बॉक्स पर देयर इज अ शार्प एरिया टू कट इट, वो बॉक्स के अंदर से कट करने के लिए, ब्रो दैट शिट राइट मेरे मिडिल फिंगर के, it it gave me like a paper cut, man. It was a bit deep, blood little bit. Bandage लगा के सो गया भाई. Keep your bodies fit as well. Gym में जाओ भाई. I went in the morning 6 o'clock. Gym जाके I went some walk करके एक चाय वाय पी के आया हूँ. नहा के. It's 10:20. I'm watching this Fair Valley Gap here. This is the only chance for price to send price lower. If this does not get held, that's it. If this gets held, that's it. I hope Dhoni's playing, bro. ओ भाई मार रहा है ब्रो, संजू आउट हो गया. चलो आई थिंक दैट्स इट. इफ एनीबडी वाज वाचिंग, थैंक यू फॉर जॉइनिंग बॉयज. हम करेंगे बाकी कल, बट पर्सनली आई वांट टू सी Nasdaq डिलीवर लोअर, है ना. आई वांट टू सी Nasdaq डिलीवर लोअर इनटू दीस relative equal lows, and that would be my only trade. See, this is why I avoid no news Monday. अभी पता लग गया मैं no news Monday क्यों अवॉइड करता हूँ, क्योंकि ये रेंज बाउंड हो गया, ओपनिंग रेंज कैप के अंदर स्टक हो गया है. बट ट्रेड कर सकते, इट्स नॉट हार्ड, उतना मुश्किल भी नहीं है. थोड़ा रिस्क विस्क एडजस्ट करना पड़ेगा, क्विक ब्रेक इवन्स एंड ऑल, री एंट्री लेना है, बट मेंटल कैपिटल ज्यादा खर्चा होता है भाई ऐसे दिनों पर. सो इस हाँ, फिर से सुन लो बहन शोध. दैट्स व्हाई इसलिए मेटल कैपिटल ये पहले दिन ही आ करना भाई, मेटल कैपिटल को प्रिजर्व करना सीखो, हाथ गर्म करो राइट. बॉक्सेस वॉक्सेस बनाओ, प्राइस को देखो, थोड़ा रिदम पकड़ो राइट, लाइक दिस, रिदम पकड़ो भाई. फिर मंडे ट्यूसडे वेडनेसडे थर्सडे फ्राइडे ट्रेड करना भाई. सीबी कॉन्टिन्यूइंग एंक्रोचमेंट. चलो हो गया. I'm gonna end my stream, and क्योंकि I wanna watch चेन्नई का मैच ब्रो. और watch चेन्नई's मैच. धोनी खेल रहा है भाई, मोस्ट लाइकली ब्रो. धोनी इज गोना प्ले, रिटायर हो जाएगा भाई. My idol, man. I fucking grew up watching that fucker, bro. Grew up watching it, bro. मैं तो सचिन वचिन का फैन ही नहीं हूँ भाई. I don't know. I don't know. I was born late or something. I'm not really a big fan of Sachin. ये लोग बहुत सचिन के पीछे बहुत पागल होते हैं, बट मेरे को आई गेट इट, ही इज गॉड क्रिकेट एंड शिट, खेलता तो सब अच्छे है भाई, बट मेरे को धोनी इज द बेस्ट. उसके लिए देखता हूँ भाई क्रिकेट. when he retired after वो न्यूजीलैंड का रन आउट के बाद जब रिटायर कर दिया, ब्रो आई स्टॉप्ड वाचिंग क्रिकेट फॉर लाइक 3 to 4 years. एंड देन अभी मैंने देखा जब संजू सैमसन मारने लगा, बिकॉज ही इज फ्रॉम केरला, आई एम फ्रॉम केरला, सो इसलिए मैं आई केम बैक टू क्रिकेट अगेन. फिर आईपीएल भी शुरू हो गया, फिर आईपीएल तो सब देखते हैं. ओके चलो हो गया. That's it. Relative equal lows man. I love reading the tape, man. But anyway, so you understood market opened up, okay, trades higher into this inversion, leaves it, fills in the opening range gap, comes back to the upper quadrant, leaves it again, takes out sell side here, engineers relative equal lows again here, comes back into the opening range gap, upper quadrant again, and fails, gives us a fair value gap, respected consequent encroachment, comes back here. If we can come back underneath this BC, used as an inversion array to send price lower with speed and distance is what I want to see. And we have our target 1, target 2, target 3, and final target, that's a terminus. Quick look at ES. Was presented holding price, right? Small CB in here, buy side breached, smart money divergence bana hai, relative equal lows on ES, too clean. 1, 2, and 3 is better than 2 is better than 1. So good luck guys. Dollar per relative equal lows है, so मेरे को ये it would have been way better if dollar could have taken these relative equal low. I would be interested अगर Nasdaq wants to switch bullish short term and dollar takes out these relative equal lows. If not, dollar wants to explore this CB, वो भी चलेगा, वो भी चलेगा. Okay, nice. चलो भाई, I'm gonna end stream. एंशो धोनी खेल ही नहीं रहा है क्या भाई? Fuck's sake. चलो, enjoy boys and girls, enjoy.